Now, argument is another really crucial feature of a feature article because of the fact that it is essentially what it's trying to do. It constructs it almost like an essay in the sense that it requires facts, evidence, and discussion, but that's pretty much where the similarities between the two end, because you can structure these and organize them in any way you choose. You can discuss these in any way you choose. The one thing that a feature article requires, it's the same as an essay requires, but often gets sort of lost in the using lots of evidence, for instance, is being very specific. Okay, so you're not vague, you're not going off onto a random tangent, you're speaking specifically, or the article writer is speaking specifically to something that the audience will know and will refer directly to events that have occurred rather than sort of say there have been a number of things that have happened that are like this. They'll actually refer to them and say, for instance, the Cronulla incident, the incident at this place at this time. They'll actually refer to specific details rather than sort of say, well, there's been lots of times where many things have occurred and it's affected many people in many different ways. Of course, if you say that to anyone, they're going to go, well, what are you actually trying to refer to? And that's the same thing which an article writer must also be aware of, that they're trying to be very specific about what they're talking about. It requires a personal conversation, and it features a personal conversation between the writer and the audience. With an essay, you have to take your personal opinion and reflection out of it completely, whereas with a feature article, you can say this is done well, this is done poorly. I wouldn't focus on necessarily reviewing it, but you can write that, and you can have a more conversational one. You can ask if they agree. You can ask rhetorical questions and those sorts of things, which you can't do in an essay, and it gives you a little bit more luxury and a bit more freedom to really speak directly to whoever is marking your work if you are writing one, or if you're responding to one, think about actually how it is speaking directly to you. So it will speak to you by speaking, first of all, your own language. They'll not only be speaking in English if you're reading one, but they'll be speaking it in such a way where it is directly engaging you in conversation. The other thing that's also doing, and it's a very crucial part of this as well, is it's trying to connect with your emotions. Now, obviously, an essay can't really do that because it's impersonal, it's unbiased, it's all the rest. It might be constructing an argument, but it's still represented in such a way where you can't really make an assumption. Whereas with a newspaper feature article, you can start to see those things occur. It also uses specifics and evidence to justify its opinion, much like a public debate does. Okay, so you think if you've done debating, or if you know someone, or if you've ever watched a debate before, what a newspaper article, or a feature article, should I say, is trying to do the exact same thing that a debater would do. So to construct an argument, to make a point, and to make it in such a way that not only is it very clear and uses language in such a way where it's really memorable, but it also does it in such a way where they use that they're trying to basically nullify the argument of anyone who may disagree with them. So it works very much like a public debate, and it pretty much goes straight towards what they think the issue is, and even possibly how to solve it. They don't always solve it, but they do on occasion.